States to meet President Barack Obama, and we'll be taking a look at the prospects and gains. And in house today, to my right, I have Daniel Akinlami, who is a public affairs analyst and a former presidential aspirant in the 2015 elections. He's also the convener of 150 million Nigerians for Change. Thank you for coming on to the program.
Thank you. Good morning, Nigerians.
Morning. Adeyinka Oyedinran is the president, Clarion for the Yoruba race, Ikpeomo Oduduwa.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much,
Thank you for coming.
Welcome, Nigeria.
And you can, of course, join discussions on our Facebook page. It is Morning Desk. Our Twitter handle is at Morning Desk 7. You can also send in your messages to 0701-844-7545, 0701-844-7545 with your names and where you're sending them from. Thank you. Okay, let's take a quick look at this. This is the first time, the very first time that, well, yeah, in recent times that a sitting president of the United States of America will be meeting a Nigerian president in person, and of course, charting a way forward for this country and the world in general. How do you see this particular visit?
Like you said, in recent time, this is the first time we are seeing this kind of visit to United States. I believe this is a very big boost to our foreign policy. And this is also an opportunity for us to be able to take our country to the rightful place in the Committee of Nations. But also, we must be conscious of the fact that this our president trip to U.S. may not be successful without the implementation and total commitment to the agreements and the resolutions reached by both presidents.
Okay, we'll come back to that. How do you see? Do you see it the same way? You have some advantages.
Thank you very much. I'm going to look at it in different dimensions. First and foremost, you remember when this our same president today, when he came on board as the head of state earlier, you know, in 1983, right? One of those things, one of those good steps he took then was to strengthen our relationship with foreign countries, which brought about better development. So when you look at it this way, that's something somebody did many years ago, and it came, you know, positively. To tread upon such path, it isn't bad. In another direction, you look at it, we Nigerians should not become ingrates. America had a big role that they played in suppressing whatever wrong idea of our former president, Jonathan, because it was not an easy task for him to just leave the stage. Not that it was very intentional, not free willingness of heart that he decided to leave. Because even if he as a person wanted, all the cohorts behind him did not want him to go. They wanted to perpetrate that same act that was destroying the country. Hence, America was a factor that was pressurizing him that, come, this election has to be credible, has to be fair. Again, America will not support any wrongdoing. You understand me? These are factors that has to, for our own president to go back there to say, we have done it and we want to maintain that part. It isn't bad. Again, when you look at it from the boost angle, from the way my brother has said, of course, America, irrespective of their deficiencies or their wrongdoing, they have a very good standard they have set in terms of maybe development on so many spheres. They are standard that many countries watch, you know, alongside that. Can we tread upon this part? Even in production, you call some things American specification, American style. But on a lighter mood, we have to be very careful again, because to some of us that really clamor for this government to come into place, you know that America predicted our almost demise or breakage in 2015. And if God has been able to see us through to this far, I think it is good for us to go back there and say, here we are, we refuse to die, and we are going forward.
Okay, then, in moving forward, President Buhari has 3 issues top on his agenda, and that's insecurity, corruption, and the economy, the growth of the Nigerian economy. Okay, let's take a look at insecurity. Some months back, or was it a couple of months back, we heard that America pledged its support with all the foreign countries for the fight against insecurity. We didn't see much of that. Do you see that coming to play now? That
yes, of course. I think this particular visit by President Buhari will bring in a lot of reforms in the way the Boko Haram war is being approached presently. And if there's anything we tend to gain from this visit, the Boko Haram war is going to be given a serious attention by both American government and Nigerian government. So at the level of the insecurity, we should be sure of some tangible support this period, unlike in the previous administration. So we should be seeing both technical, manpower, military, and the military equipment as well. Maybe some recent top flight helicopters to wage the war, and some other military hardware that will enhance the operation. But more so, we should be seeing improvement in intelligence gathering. So we believe if all things work well, by the agreement and the resolution that will be reached between the two presidents, the Boko Haram war should be the first thing that we should see the feasible impact of this visit on. And beyond that as well, you can see the interest of American president also in the area of the corruption. And President Buhari actually said part of his mission for going for this visit is to be able to trace the over $150 billion that have been stashed abroad by the previous administration. So Buhari's body language is already clear, and he knows what Nigeria will gain if we bring America on board now, because they have the capability to help us trace these monies. They have the structure, they have the intelligence, and most of these monies that we are even looking for are not far from within their area. So we'll be expecting to get a very big support in the fight against corruption. And don't forget that President Obama also said that in his statement yesterday when he was hosting President Buhari, that President Buhari is a man of integrity. That sums it up. That is the driving force for this partnership.
It's got some confidence in him.
Yes.
But then we don't have to put all our problems, our challenges on their table. What efforts should Nigeria itself play, the citizens, the government?
He who comes to equity must come with clean. Equity is all about participation in whatever capability. If you put in 50%, we're going to put 50%. There must be something we call sincerity of purpose on the part of the Nigerians. And if we are seeking for the assistance of the American and ourselves, we are on our toe to actually do it. For instance, while some people are blaming Buhari for not presenting his nominees for the ministerial names, I am looking at it from this angle. This is a man that has his integrity. He is fairly old. He's believed that maybe this is the last straw that will break the camel, but maybe the last of the effort or quality is going to show Nigeria that this is the man I'm made up of. However, looking at it from that angle, you want to see that he is interested in bringing about a platform, a template that Nigeria can tread upon in the nearest, in the years to come, that will take Nigeria from where we are, this doldrum, to a better place in the committee of better nations. With this, you'll be expecting him to bring about qualitative hands that will bring about integrity for the Nigerian government and Nigeria as a whole, mostly when we go to the outside world. So if you are looking at it, and today, imagine if you try to eavesdrop to what the EFCC are saying, majority of the names submitted has their hands entrenched or blemish here and there. The man will not be, you cannot be clamoring for integrity and at the same time will be bringing up bad eggs that have soiled themselves one way or the other. Because of this, on the part of the Nigerian, I'm expecting sincerity of purpose. We will be patient with him. We will give him some time to be able to bring credible hands to drive the issue of the ministry. Again, he needs to present this his agenda to the Committee of State as being represented by the President of America, because whatever Obama is saying today, many countries will be saying that they will be giving their doors to it, or they will be listening to ear to it. Even in the area of development, in terms of business, in terms of cooperation from other business organizations all over the world, they still see America as a standard today. And Committee of Nations, a lot of them still see America as an icon to be reckoned with. But however, like you rightly said, we mustn't put all our trust on them. To me, when you are talking about the security, the challenges we have, and all, I will still be looking at America that the moment we are entering into an agreement with them, it must be a clear cut. There must be a clear cut. It must be written, it must be agreed upon, and it must be watched. Because when America is giving you something on one hand, it's also requesting for something on the other hand. Okay. Because when you look at them, they've been producing equipment, military equipment, security devices, and whatever for many years. Where are they going to sell it? Sometimes they create a venue to sell us this product. As we are relating with them, we must have a clear cut of what we are doing. Okay. Because they want to sell their product.
Yeah. In what way do you think the president can do that? A lot of people have been clamoring and saying that, okay, beware of Greek gifts.
Well, I think we are talking about a bilateral relationship here. So it's give and take anywhere in the world. If it comes down to friendship between me and my brother here, the most important thing is where our interest lies. But now, when it comes to Committee of Nations, you bring on board the values that you have to get support for other things that you are lacking. Right now, everybody knows that Nigeria needs help. Nigeria needs help about Boko Haram war. We need help to fight corruption. And this doesn't mean that every government will be running to America, but the situation we are today, the period we are in right now, we are struggling to get it right in terms of the insecurity we are facing. So we need help. If we defeat Boko Haram today and the corruption has been reduced, maybe the next government will not need to go to America to seek for their help. Now, coming to the interests of the parties involved in this visit, you cannot rule out that America will have some policies they want to throw up to Nigeria. But I think that's also subject, to the understanding both parties are bringing to the table. Because if it's something that a Nigerian president can achieve, why holding back? Then we also get support from them in the areas we do not have capability. And look at the corruption aspect. We have a lot of money squandered all over the world. We don't have the ability to collect them back. You see how long it took us to collect some money from Switzerland? So we don't have the ability. So we actually need partnership now, in fighting the terror war and also reducing the corruption and being able to recover some of the stolen money that we can now bring back to the country to invest and to rebuild the country.
Okay, you can still be part of our discussion today. We are talking about the prospects and gains of PMB's visit to the United States. You can go onto our Facebook page. It is Morning Desk. Our Twitter handle is at Morning Desk 7. You can also send in messages to 0701-844-7545, 0701-844-7545. And I have this one from Laja Martins. PMB has to be careful with Obama, especially on gay rights. Our values and virtues are different and miles apart. Especially a lot of people there was also a rally some days ago against accepting or heeding to the gay rights thing. But then do you see this, for example, one of the Secretary of States talked about throwing that to Nigeria. Do you think it's something that President Muhammadu Buhari
Nigeria, by the grace of God in this regard, I think our horizon is far beyond that. Individually, when you look at our perspective to life, again, our perspective to our creator, religion is, Nigeria is a very good country when it comes to religion. And majority of the religions that we have in Nigeria negates all this. You have the very minute portion of the country that will even be thinking in that regard. When you look at our values, when you look at our exposition in so many areas, you look at it that it is not something. There are so many things that America would depict even in the open air over there in America, that in Nigeria here, even your relation will come against it. Then Buhari, as a man of integrity, looking at his antecedent, he wouldn't consent to that. And he knows Nigeria. We have been able to showcase our style of sending any government, individual. Babangida tried so many things, and at the end of the day, he brought about an English. He said he was stepping aside. Jonathan initially was thinking that once upon a time he never had shoe. Whether he has a shoe or even had leg, we were ready to throw, even cut the leg. You understand me? So if Buhari at this old age think that such a thing is what is bringing to Nigeria, right as is at the entering point, we will tell him to his face. Those who want to do it, let them go to America to go and stay there. So I think our horizon is wide beyond that. Every individual are wise enough, good enough, exposed enough to think, can I throw such a thing can I exhibit such, can you allow such a thing on this your TV? So for somebody to come and proclaim he's a gay, it's not possible.
Besides, the president is also really...
Yeah, actually, I think our people should not be worried. When we get to that bridge, we'll surely cross it. I'm very confident that idea of legalizing it will not fly in Nigeria. It's not going to fly. That's the reality. We have a National Assembly, we have representatives, and coupled with the fact that we have a very vibrant civil society. So it's not going to fly. So, but we shouldn't be worried about, what America represents at the moment and lose focus on what we can also gain from America.
And part of the things we can also gain from them is that we won't dwell solely on corruption and issues of insecurity. It also brings to our economy how to encourage.
Yes, I think we have so much to gain from this visit. Beyond the terror war and the corruption fight, we also have in the area of investment. Look at the power sector. This is also an opportunity for President Buhari to woo the major players like General